beautiful evening here for Park and Rec softball at Loch Levon Field. Low 80s temperature, nice and sunny. Everyone is getting ready for the matchup between 50 or so and the Banana Hammocks. The Banana Hammocks will be in the field first. As you can see, our current weather conditions here, 82 degrees with slight winds out to the west and 31% humidity, so not too bad. And if you're gonna hit a ball, try to hit it out west maybe. But it should be a good one here between the 50 or so and the Banana Hammocks. The 50 or so had a game prior to this one where they took the loss, so they'll be looking for a little bit of revenge. The Banana Hammocks come in, their first game of the evening, and they've got quite the star-studded lineup, but we'll get to that when it's their turn in the order in the bottom of the first as they take the field to start this one off. It's always entertaining to sit here and watch some Park and Rec softball, and I find some of the names to be very intriguing as well, like 50 or so. And the Banana Hammocks, they always are very creative and fun to say on the broadcast. So we're getting ready to get going here as the manager will make his way down the third base line for 50 or so, and their leadoff man digs in to that left-handed batter's box. Starting out with a lefty here this evening for 50 or so. Haas on the mound for the Banana Hammocks. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. That one's going to be short. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Falls short again, 2-0. The 2-0. That one's in there, 2-1. Mercer behind the dish. There's quite a lot of Mercers on this Banana Hammocks team. As that one's going to be grounded to second. Fielded cleanly by the second baseman, over to first for the easy out, and it's quickly one down for 50 or so. Speaking of the amount of Mercers on this Banana Hammocks team, you've got three of them. You've got John, you've got James, and you've got Tom. Second batter here for 50 or so will lace one into center field, but right at the center fielder, who goes down to one knee to make the grab. So quickly, 2 out. Haas with a little bit of trouble with command for that first batter, but once he's gotten in his groove now, the next 2 pitches, he's retired 50 or so hitters. Now here's the 3 spot for 50 or so. He looks to keep things going here in the top of the first, as 0-0 is our score. First one was in there for a strike. The 0-1 will be lifted in to left. That's going to drop in there in front of the left fielder and continue the inning for 50 or so. Maybe looking for a little 2-out rally with the cleanup hitter digging into that box. So Haas gives up his first knock of the ball game. And 50 or so have a runner on first with 2 down. Waits on that one and pelts it deep into left center field, making the catch and retiring the side for the Banana Hammocks. They'll be up next on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Welcome back into Loch Levon Field as 50 or so got set down in the top of the first without scratching a run across. And now we have the Banana Hammocks. I'm John Kuzi on the play-by-play duties, joined by, once again, John Mara on color. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Beautiful evening for ball. About perfect weather.
Really is, as the Banana Hammocks get off to a perfect start as they lace one into left for a leadoff single. And as we take a look here at the Banana Hammocks starting lineup, you go down the order, they can all hit high batting averages. I think if you're John Vogt, you're a little disappointed. You're the only one under 500, John.
Yeah, when everyone with averages like that means you probably get a lot of long innings and a lot of big innings. I think they did that in their first game. So that momentum in softball is so big, where everybody's hitting and they feed on each other.
They really do, and you can kind of see that it just keeps rolling. Those big innings are massive. You know, we saw in the first game here a 13-run top of the first for one of the teams, and that's just going to help you win the game. 13 is hard to come by. That one is going to be lifted high in the air into left center field, making the grab right at the left center fielder for the second out. And 50 or so doing a pretty good job here to keep this star-studded Banana Hammocks lineup at bay.
They're a plucky squad. You saw in the last game that they made a late charge, fell short, but they're capable of putting together some pretty good innings.
Certainly are. As Ryan Peterson digs in the box now for the Banana Hammocks. Ryan Peterson leading the Banana Hammocks in average at 760. So this is the guy that they want at the plate as they look to extend this bottom of the first.
That's why he's batting number 4. And left, he may get a little advantage with the sun in the eyes of the right fielder, but he's got to get the right pitch to hit.
Well, that one wasn't it, as it was very much inside. So we'll have a 1-1 count. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Nothing our score between the 50 or so and the Banana Hammocks. That one's going to be fisted to second. Nice grab, and that will end the first inning on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Two quick innings for each 50 or so, and the Banana Hammocks, we enter the top of the second. Nothing our score, as 50 or so will look to get on the board and start this one out right. As you can see, some fans in the stands here watching along, enjoying their Park and Rec softball, supporting their family and friends. And you're going to be playing in the next ball game here at Loch Levon, and I just wanted to ask you, when you're up at the plate in these type of situations, what's your approach?
Well, you know, thinking's not the strong part of my game, so when I'm playing well, I see the ball, I hit the ball. You know, swing at a good pitch. You know, don't lunge at something out of the strike zone. But it's easy to overthink it. You know, it's slow pitch. If you can reach it, hit it. So that's the plan.
Absolutely.
Whether that works or not, you know.
Well, I think that's a great approach. I think that's what all the top hitters usually say. It's not really a mental game. It's more of just seeing the ball and hitting the ball, I think.
Well, I have an advantage. They always say you should clear your mind, and my mind's pretty empty most of the time.
Well, that is helpful, as that one's going to land fair down that left field line. I think everyone was a little bit confused on whether or not it was going to land fair or foul, so everyone will just move up one base. But 50 or so, keep rolling.
Yeah, nice job by the umpire. I should point that out. He runs out there to get a good view at everything, is in a position to make all the calls. Really helps when you're playing a game when you got someone who's executing at that high level.
Absolutely. Shout out to all the umpires in this league. They do a great job.
And 50 or so, you know, I love their name. It does kind of explain the general range. Now, Burnsville started this year a 50 and over league on Wednesday nights.
Oh, did they?
They play out here at Loch Levon. At this point, they only have 4 teams, but I could see that growing because there's a pretty big community of softball players that would qualify for that.
Absolutely, that would be a lot of fun. As a nice sliding grab in center field for the second out, and everyone has to retreat quickly there. That was a great play.
Yeah, coming in, making sure he gets the catch. That's the first thing, but he's got his head up and smart base running. The runner only went far enough so that he could get back in time in case the catch was made.
A great job by both the runner and the fielder on that play. The fielder, the pop time, he went down to the ground, popped up and threw it in about half a second. But now there are 2 down in the top of the second, 2 on 450 or so as they look to cash in with a runner in scoring position here. That one's going to be chopped on the ground to third. Fielded cleanly, he'll beat him to the bag to end the inning, and we will head to the bottom of the second on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Back here at beautiful Loch Levon Park, not only spectators of the human variety, but also the dog variety, enjoying this one here with nice weather. And now we are entering the bottom of the second. Still nothing our score. 50 or so, they had a little bit of momentum, strung a few hits together, but weren't able to scratch anything across. And now the Banana Hammocks look for their first opportunity, as that one's going to be down the right field line, and it's going to be a single. Great fielding out there by the right fielder to hold them to just a single, but that one is just squeezed down the right field line.
Yeah, right down the line, great hit. As you mentioned, the fielder did a good job getting there quick to prevent the runner from getting the second.
So the Banana Hammocks now looking to threaten with one on and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Still no score. That one's laced into center field. That will do a job. 2 on, nobody out for the Banana Hammocks now.
Solid base hits. I think they did that last game, as I mentioned earlier, and strung together a number of hits and put a few runs on the board. We're still scoreless, bottom of the second. A little bit of an anomaly in slow pitch softball.
Well, like we mentioned, this team can hit, and that's a slow roller to short. Could be 2. Unable to turn it. That was almost a double play there, John.
Nice turn, very quick. Again, the umpire's halfway down the line, got a perfect view of the call.
So now we've got 1 down after just narrowly escaping the double play by about a foot. That was close.
Bang, bang plays.
Good hustle there by Hot House, as he's the pitcher for the Banana Hammocks.
I can tell you, when you hit a ground ball to short with a runner on base, you don't want to be part of a double play. So.
Absolutely not. That one's to third. They'll go for 2 again. Now throw this time, and that will bring in a runner. So we've got a 1-0 lead for the Banana Hammocks on the slow roller to third.
Again, avoiding that double play with good hustle down the line. That keeps the inning alive, gets a run on the board. See if we can get a 2-out rally here.
Well, that's been the whole key to this inning, and the run that they've scored is this one's into center field. Nice grab. That will end the inning, but the Banana Hammocks take the lead on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Back here, the Banana Hammocks take an early 1-0 lead, but 50 or so know that there's a lot of ball game left, as we have 38 minutes remaining in this one as we enter the third inning. Once again, I'm John Kuzi on play-by-play, joined by John Mara on color. And John, you are the softball player out of this duo, as that one is on the ground to third. Strong throw over to first to retire number 28, 450 or so, and that was quite the play at third base.
Yeah, solid. Picks it up plenty of time, just sets and makes a good throw.
So going back to your softball prowess, what position do you usually play out there?
I as I've aged, I've adjusted, and now I'm basically the token guy that plays catcher. So it's part of getting old. I played a lot of outfield in my youth. Never really pitched much. I did it 1 year, and then I think that I was emotionally scarred.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I feel like a lot of pitchers have that problem.
Well, most of them have so much confidence. I think it's the hardest position, and maybe the most valuable spot on the diamond, just because you control the play, and a good pitcher can get someone out of their comfort zone.
This one's looped in the air again. Will that drop in no man's land? It does. So that is how it will go for 50 or so, as they get a little bit of lucky bounces with those loopers in the infield, and now have it set up with runners on the corners and only 1 down.
Yeah, you may see that once in an inning. Happen consecutively is a little awkward. But rec league softball, well, that's why you show up. You never know what you're going to see.
Exactly. You could have a looper like that, and your average goes up.
Are you not entertained?
Line drive to right. That's going to get down and tie the ball game. Rounding second and heading for third. Rounding third and heading for home. This could be a 2 RBI triple, and it will be. 50 or so take a 2-1 lead over the Banana Hammocks.
solid barrel on the ball. Just puts it past the right fielder, rolls all the way to the fence. Everybody's on their horse.
That's how you do it right there. Just went with the pitch. Opposite field drive. And now they look to bring in an insurance run. Grounder, third, through the hole, and that will score another. 3-1, 50 or so take a lead, and they keep on rolling.
Couple bounces through the 5-6 hole, perfectly placed. Good effort by the infielders, but you're going to get your share of those hits.
Yeah, great effort by the infielder. Still a tough play, even if you field that cleanly, as it was slowly rolled. And here come 50 or so. That one's into center field. That's going to drop in there for a base knock. Everyone continues to move station to station, but they're going to try to stretch this one into a double and do so successfully. So second and third now with only one down and already 3 in this inning. And here comes Papa, who had the first hit of the evening for 50 or so way back at the start of this one.
Yeah, nice base running by the runner who was on first. He knew he was going to get chased, and he had to get on his all the way to third, and he did.
Results in the right field.
A couple of runs.
And 2 more RBIs, 5-1, John. They put their hitting shoes on now.
And running shoes.
Yes. They have been tooling around the bases with some serious speed, especially that last double that they hit. I wasn't sure they were going to stretch that one into a double, but they knew they had serious speed out there.
Yeah, a lot of speed on that particular fellow, who's now pinch running at first.
All right, so keep your eye on that as that one's into center. Down for a hit. And they just keep on rolling.
Yeah, again, infectious, solid single up the middle. Nothing fancy, just put the barrel on the ball. Good things happen.
Well, this is what we were talking about. There are those innings in this rec league softball where once everyone's rolling, it seems like everyone's rolling, and it's a very tough time out there if you are hot house on the mound for the Banana Hammocks, and there's really nothing you can do. Everyone's just hitting.
Right, it's slow pitch, right? One thing you can try if you have another pitcher is just a different look, but you know that there'll be times he'll come out and he'll skunk them. So it's just a lot of momentum. Finding a lot of holes through the middle of fielders, just like that.
Exactly, through the 5-6 hole once again, and here comes that pinch runner. We talked about his serious speed, showing it out there, scoring from second on the grounder into left. And once again, 50 or so continues to build this lead to more of a commanding one, as it's now 6-1. Off the plate.
Yeah, and you don't want to swing at pitches that are out of your hitting zone.
Exactly. That's really all you can do if you're out on the mound for the Banana Hammocks right now. Just try to throw them a lot of junk and hope that the excitement of everyone rolling gets them a little too happy and they overswing.
Yeah, and they're going to hit the ball hard. Sometimes it's going to be right at somebody.
Dropping in front of the center fielder. We almost had that right at somebody there. Just not enough pace on the ball. As they continue to move station to station now with the bases juiced and still only that one out. And think back to how this all started. Sometimes you don't have to hit the ball hard. You just have to loop one over the pitcher's head that falls in no man's land.
Yes, sometimes you get in trouble when you try to do too much, right? You hit a long fly ball, it's an out, but you hit a nice loop and liner, and you're standing on first base.
On the ground, past the diving shortstop. That will score 1. Round in third and trying to score 2. It will. 8-1 our score. The 50 or so take a 7-run lead here over the Banana Hammocks, as they've got runners still on second and first and only one down.
Yeah, you get your dauber down a little bit when you're out in the field when you have innings like this. The only thing that makes you feel better is you know you're going to get your shot at it later.
This one is in the air, foul ground. Nice grab and foul ground by the third baseman, and that was much needed for the Banana Hammocks.
Yeah, if they can get out of here with only giving up a touchdown, or a little over a touchdown, they'll be happy with that.
Absolutely. As we take a look at this replay, just got underneath it, and a great hustle play by that third baseman out there for his pitcher, making life easier for him.
Pitch a little deep. So Schwartzy here is got a good eye at the plate.
Going to ground that one to first, and that will end the inning. So we will head to the bottom half on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Exciting times here at Loch Levon Field for this Park and Rec softball game before 50 or so, and the Banana Hammocks 50 or so puts up 8 runs in the last inning to take a 7-run lead over the Banana Hammocks. It's 8-1 our score as the Banana Hammocks look to get back into this ball game. Leading off for them will be John Vogt. John Vogt has, well, the lowest batting average on the team, but still pretty good at 480, and that's going to help it as that's down the line into left field. He's rounding first and heading for second. He'll get in there easily. It's a leadoff double and a much-needed one for the Banana Hammocks.
Just what the doctor ordered. Nothing too fancy. Just pulled it right down the line, got between the bag and the third baseman, and knew he'd have a little time to get to second. Was going hard all the way.
Well, here we go. The Banana Hammocks looking to hit back as they gave up 8 runs in that last inning, and a nice sliding grab in left center field. That's a big first out, as that looked like it was trouble.
That's one of those high risk, high reward. If that gets by him, goes all the way to the fence, we got a triple. But nice play, though. You can see he's got a beat on it all the way and focuses on catching the ball before anything else.
Very good job there by the left center fielder. And now we've got James Mercer, one of the 3 Mercers on the Banana Hammocks. His nickname is Jimmy Singles. Will he get a single here? And he will. It's an infield single for Jimmy Singles, and the Banana Hammocks get a much-needed second base runner. And with only 1 out here, runners on the corners, they look to do some damage.
Yeah, he came hard out of the box when he knew it was going to be fielded. Bobbled a little bit. You can see he's got his stride on and throws a little bit off. Runner takes third base. Great running form for Jimmy Singles. That one is dumped into center field. That will do a job. RBI single for Jason Cook, and it's 8-2. 50 or so still with the lead. Yeah, a little doink over the second base. Going to drop in. You can't play too shallow because then they'll hit it over your head. Goes down and gets that one, puts it through the hole into right field. Rounding third and headed for home. It's 8-3. The Banana Hammocks making some noise here. That looks like the new look Banana Hammocks jersey, if that's what it is. Banana Hammocks are kind of have a nice uniform. Not everybody, not all the teams out here wear the same uniform. They do more than most. I know my jersey's about more than 20 years old, so you can imagine. Well, good thing you can't smell on TV, I guess. Well, that is a much-needed second out for 50 or so, as that one just got underneath it. There was Brandon Rousseau as he was trying to hit that one about a mile. Just got underneath it, hit a mile high. And now the big bopper in Ryan Peterson, that 760 average, is going to need to come through here for the Banana Hammocks as they still trail at 8-3. Yeah, good. He turns on the ball well. Just inside pitch. Now, this pitcher is pretty savvy. He knows what your strengths are. He's going to try to stay away from them. You don't always hit your mark, but you know, if he can get you to hit something out of your comfort zone, like in this case, he might come in real, gets him to hit it off the handle, but nice running catch again by the right center fielder. Great defensive plays by 50 or so, and we'll head to the top half on South Metro Sports and BCTV.
8-3 our score. The Banana Hammocks hit back with 2 in their inning, and now we enter the fourth. 50 or so still with an 8-3 advantage. As you can see, the fans still enjoying their time here, looking maybe to climb a fence or two. And we've got the Banana Hammocks and Hot House back out on the mound, as they're going to face the top of the order for 50 or so. After 50 or so had a great last inning, they're going to look to capitalize and keep the momentum rolling, John.
Yeah, solid hitter here too.
He's going to bloop that one up, but playing back was the first baseman, and he's unable to get there. So new life.
I've seen this guy easily pop it over the fence, and he's got he can hit it to other fields as well. So it's hard to play on defense against someone like that.
The 0-1. Well, that one maybe a little dust-off pitch there, as he might have been crowding the plate a little bit too much. It's going to be 1-1.
Got a little bit of a breeze here, but you know, a good pitcher with the right spin can use that to their advantage.
On the ground, foul down the first base line. That will do it for the leadoff hitter, as he's down on 2 foul balls.
Nice job by Hot House in knowing he wants to pull the ball, give him something inside, see if he can keep it fair, and that time he couldn't.
Exactly. I think that's some of the hardest things to do as a hitter, is to turn on that inside pitch. So if you know you can locate your spot all the time at that inside corner, why not do it? So that one's through the hole, and 50 or so have a base runner here with 1 down in the top of the 4th.
As opposed to taking that outside pitch and pushing it through the hole.
So 50 or so will look to continue. This is how they did it last time, right? Their leadoff hitter got out, then they had 2 little bloopers, and then they just went on a roll.
If you can avoid the dreaded double play, you know, you can score a lot of runs with 2 out.
It's quickly 2-0 here. Watching that one all the way. Manager gave him the red light. Now it's 2-1. The 2-1 in the air to left field. Grabbed by the left fielder. Tagging from first and making it to second on the fly ball. So 50 or so will have a runner in scoring position here with 2 down.
Yeah, a good example there of making sure the pitcher's got to throw a strike. You know, a walk is as good as a single. And pitcher had Hot House had no problem throwing a strike with 2 balls.
That one's lifted in the air, center field. Easy grab for the center fielder, and that will end the inning. 8-3 our score. 50 or so still lead it on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Back here at the ballpark or dog park, depending how you view things. The Banana Hammocks still trail at 8-3 as we enter the bottom of the 4th, but they look to get back in this ball game. They scratched 2 across in the last inning, looking to maybe get 3 here or more, John.
They did chip away at the deficit.
That one is turned on into right field. That's going to be dropped by the right fielder. Rounding first and on his way to second. He'll be in there with a double to lead it off. So a runner in scoring position, and that's what you need if you're the Banana Hammocks right now, just any way they come.
Yeah, a little break there. I think the sun might have played a little bit of a factor there. I know if I'm out there, that's what I'm going to be saying.
Absolutely. You got to find some excuse. As we're going to get a pinch runner here. So a little bit of time for the next pitch. On the ground to short. Attempting the backhand, unable to make the play, but doing a good job to get his body in front of it, keep it from going too deep in the outfield. And it'll be runners on the corners with nobody down.
Didn't make the out, but saved the run. Yeah, couldn't quite find it. Would have been a tough throw. Might have kept the runner off third, but
Hot House looking to help himself out, and will be able to do so as they try to get the lead runner at second, and it goes into the center field So everybody will be safe and a runner will score 8-4 now, and still nobody down.
Tough spot for the pitcher. He's 55 feet away from home. That ball gets to you quick, especially on the second hop. He gathered himself well. He made the right decision. He just couldn't quite get one in the mitt there.
Exactly. And that will, like we said, the Banana Hammocks, any way they can get it right now. They started off the inning with a reach on air into right center field. Now the air on the throw to second leads to a run coming in, and that's what they need, as they just look to continue to chip away. Still nobody down. That one's foul down the third base line.
And you know, like any sport, execution on defense is difficult, especially with a ball that's spinning and hit. And you know, this is not the major leagues, so you're going to see a few errors and a few real nice hits right through the 5-6 hole like that.
That was a great piece of hitting there by Mike Wilbanks, showing why he's hitting .564 on the season for the Banana Hammocks, and he drives in an all-important run there, as it's now 8-5 with nobody down. Into left, that's going to drop in there. The throw into third will be up the line. Luckily, nobody will advance, but it will be bases loaded with nobody down.
Caught a break on that one, didn't go into the dugout. All batters would advance to base. You know, that single reminds me Wimbledon's starting today. That looked like a Bjorn Borg topspin lob right over the infield.
Absolutely, a nice little blooper in there. And here's John Vogt in a big spot for the Banana Hammocks. Bases loaded, nobody down. He's going to lift that one into left, right at the left fielder. Here comes the throw to the cutoff, but it will do a job. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for John Vogt, and the Banana Hammocks cut this lead to just 250 or so. Kind of on the ropes here, John.
Yeah, and a good choice by the shortstop there to not turn and try to take that relay to home.
Over the shortstop's head there. Rounding third, coming all the way home, cut off by the pitcher. Tries to throw back to second, nothing doing. 8-7 our score, and still only one down for the Banana Hammocks.
That's where the pitcher and catcher have to work together. If the catcher thinks he has a play on that ball, he calls the pitcher off. If not, the pitcher cuts it off and maybe catches someone going around a base, or if nothing else, keeps the runners from advancing.
Well, here's Jimmy Singles. He'll bounce that one to short. Tag for one, throw to first, not in time, but they do get the one, and they get the lead runner. A great play by the shortstop there.
Yeah, he had choices. He could go to the second base bag. He chose to tag the runner, and a little bit of an adjustment there to gather himself on the ball. And Jimmy Singles shows you why he gets a lot of singles. He runs hard down that line.
Here's Cook. He gets underneath that one, and he knew it. Out to center field, down to one knee for the grab, and that will do it. But the Banana Hammocks make it close. It's 8-7 as we enter the fifth on South Metro Sports and BCTV. Welcome back here at Loch Levon Field, between 50 or so and the Banana Hammocks. We have had quite the game as we enter the top of the fifth. These fans are enjoying themselves, getting some concessions, but 15 minutes to go in this one, and it's all to play for, as 50 or so had one big inning, and they look to get another one here for some insurance, but that's not going to help, as it's a grounder to first, nicely fielded, and a quick out number one for the Banana Hammocks, as the Banana Hammocks look to hold them right where they are and keep it at 8-7 going into the bottom half of the fifth. I'm John Kuzi on play-by-play duties. You were hearing my partner, John Mara, who will be in our next game. He is no longer with me, as he had to get his warm-ups in, those all-important warm-ups for that next game, as that will be a good one, so stay tuned even after this one. A ground ball to third, good backhanded stop, strong throw down the line, unable to get him in time as 6 reaches on the infield single. So 50 or so have a base runner with one down here in the top of the fifth. Hothouse still on the mound for the Banana Hammocks. That one's lifted into left. Foul ground. Will anybody get there? No, they will not. So it's only a long strike. And new life for number 24 on 50 or so. 50 or so again with this slim lead, 8-7. Looking for insurance as we are winding down game number one here between the Banana Hammocks and 50 or so. The 0-1. He's going to let that one go by. Great eye at the plate there. It's 1-1. The 1-1. In the air. Foul territory. Fair territory as that one comes back into play. And that's going to drop in for a single. Runners on second and first now with only one down. I was thinking for a second that that one was headed towards foul ground, but it seemed to just dance on that line there. A base knock. Great job by the umpire to get out there and make sure he sees it all the way. As 50 or so look for insurance as that's on the ground to second. Good scoop by the second baseman over to the shortstop who can't handle the exchange. And it will be bases loaded with one down for 50 or so. And sometimes that's all you need, as darkness will dig in now in a huge spot for 50 or so. As we look at this replay, the second baseman waits for the shortstop to get there, and he just can't handle the throw over to him for the out. Great play by the second baseman, as this one's going to be chopped to foul. 0-1 here. The worst thing that could happen here for 50 or so would be a punch out. Hothouse will do everything he can for the Banana Hammocks to get it. Couple waves of his bat. Darkness is ready. The 0-1. He's going to watch that one hit the plate. 1-1. Bases loaded here. The 1-1. Just outside. 2-1. 8-7 our score. 50 or so leading and batting with the bases loaded and only one down. Here's the 2-1. That one misses, and that will walk in a run. So anyway they come for Darkness and 50 or so. It's 9-7 our score as they take a 2-run lead with 11 minutes to play. And here comes the next batter. He flew out in foul ground his first time up. First pitch swinging just over the reach of the third baseman. That will bring in a run. It's 10-7. Trying to score from third and able to do so. 11-7 as that was a delayed attempt. It looks like there was some trouble out there in left field picking the ball up cleanly. And a heads-up base running play by the 50 or so base runner, and that's a much needed run as they extend it to 4-run lead. And here's Schwartzy, 77 on the back, runner in scoring position, one down. Lifted, shallow right, trying to make a play and running into each other, but able to get the runner who was paused in between first and second. So you don't make the grab, but you still get a base runner. Kind of works out the same. I mean, you got a guy advancing to third on the missed grab. As you see the collision here, someone's got to call it. But they still get one on the heads-up throw to the shortstop covering the second base bag. And we're back to the top here. 450 or so, and that one's going to be lifted into right. Easy grab for the right fielder to end the inning on South Metro Sports and BCTV. So 50 or so get the job done offensively as they needed some insurance as the Banana Hammocks were making a comeback. They now lead it 11-7, and we are under 10 minutes to play here as you can see the fans enjoying their time. Some on phones, some sniffing around the park. You never know what you're going to do, but it's going to be a good time out here at Loch Levon Field, as 50 or so will look to hold the Banana Hammocks right where they have them in the bottom of the fifth. That one's going to be lifted foul down the right field line. And it's going to be 1-1 to the Banana Hammocks hitter. See those very cool hats and jerseys. We talked about that with John earlier in the broadcast. That one's through the hole and into center field, and that's a much needed start for the Banana Hammocks as they pick up a leadoff single by John Mercer, one of the three Mercers. As mentioned, John, Tom, and James. We saw James have a little collision in the outfield, as that's a great snag by the shortstop for 50 or so, robbing Rousseau of a base knock. And that's a much needed first out for 50 or so. Here's Ryan Peterson. As we take a look at this replay, I mean, that was just on a button. And it was just quick reflexes at short, making the play. And Ryan Peterson flies out to right center field. 2 down now. And the Banana Hammocks are in danger here with not much time left to play and still trailing by 4. They need something. In steps the big lefty, number 27. He turns on that one and fouls it down the right field line. Tries to turn on that inside pitch. Great pitching here. 450 or so all game long. We're in the bottom of the fifth. 2 down. Runner on first. Here we go. Back on the bump. Looking to put him away and end this inning. Here's the 0-1. In the air. Right field. Hooking foul, and that will do it for the inning. So we will head into the 6th on South Metro Sports and BCTV. 11-7 our score, as the Banana Hammocks were unable to scratch any across, and now they are in danger with only 5 minutes to play, and 50 or so with another chance to add to the insurance runs. As you can see, everyone is doing a good job staying hydrated here at Loch Levon Field on this, what is a beautiful sunny evening in Burnsville, Minnesota. That one over the second baseman's head into center field. A good start now for 50 or so, who still lead it by 4. And look for more. A little bit of confusion here, as we're not sure what is happening. The throw in looked a little late, flew over the first baseman's head. But it looks like everyone's just going to retreat back to where they were. Runner on first. Nobody down, 450 or so. Hothouse still on the mound for the Banana Hammocks. He's pitched a great game. On the ground, 3rd. 5. Can't handle it cleanly at 2nd, so everybody will be safe as they tried to turn too quickly. Got to make sure you hang on to that exchange there at 2nd. But 50 or so in business once again. Looking for more insurance. That one's deep. 1-0. Top 6 here, 11-7 our score, 50 or so leading and batting. Runner in scoring position, nobody down. 1-1 count. You can see that scoreboard. 3 minutes remaining, so time is of the essence here for the Banana Hammocks. They need a quick end of this inning to get another shot at the dish. Hothouse gets the ball back. 1-1 count. Runner on second. Runner on first. 450 or so. 50 or so will look to add insurance. That one's going to be on the ground past the third baseman into left field. Rounding third and getting that all-important insurance run is number 99, 450 or so. It's 12-7, our score. As looking for more now. Papa digs in. Papa's had himself a game. Number 7 on the back, 450 or so. Hothouse will deliver. First pitch, misses. 1-0. Second pitch, on the ground is second. Not handled cleanly by the second baseman, and everyone will be safe. So the bases will be juiced for number 6, who has 6 written on his back. Bases loaded. Nobody down. 12-7 our score. 50 or so with a lead over the Banana Hammocks as they look to extend it right here. Short. Great diving play by the shortstop, but great base running by 50 or so. Nobody leaning off the bag, but you can see this great play here as 6 gets a good piece of it, but the shortstop gets better leather to it. 1 down now, much needed out for the Banana Hammocks, and that one's going to be lifted into shallow left. That will drop in there safely, coming home on the throw and scoring. It's 13-7. Everybody moves station to station. Bases loaded still, and only 1 down.
How many outs? 1 out. 1 out.
1 down. 450 or so as they lead it now by 6 in the top of the 6th. Only 1 down.
Communication, that's all we need. Communication.
First pitch swinging. That one's into left center field. Tagging from third and heading home. And scoring on the sacrifice fly, extending the lead to 7. It's 14-7. 50 or so with a lead over the Banana Hammocks. 1 minute remaining on that timer. So this could be it. 14-7 our score. 50 or so turned. The Banana Hammocks started to make it close, and then 50 or so really turned it on. They had a commanding 8-1 lead as that one's going to be lifted into right center field. Settling under it is the right center fielder who will make the grab to end the inning on South Metro Sports and BCTV. We will take a look to see if that will be ball game or if we are going to play another one. Looks like everybody's walking out for another inning. But we'll be back on South Metro Sports and BCTV. The Banana Hammocks will get their last ups here in the bottom of the 6th. 14-7 our score. 50 or so have the lead, and will look to put the Banana Hammocks away for one last time. But it's quickly 2-0 here to the Banana Hammocks hitter. That one's through the hole, and a good start to things. Good start by Ben Oberg as he gets a single, and the Banana Hammocks need more than that. They need every base runner they can get as they trail by 7. And Hothouse will dig in, looking to help himself here. The pitcher for the Banana Hammocks. First pitch swinging. He's lifting that one into right center field, making the grab, and it's 1 down for 50 or so. 2 outs away from ending this one. As we've got Mike Wilbanks, who had a big knock for the Banana Hammocks in that big inning that they had. Watching the first one miss for a ball. It's 1-0. Runner on first, 1 down. That one's in to left, going back on it to the left fielder. He had a beat on it the whole way. He makes the grab, and it's 2 down. Good piece of hitting there by Will Banks, but just right at the left fielder. Nothing you can do about that one. And the Banana Hammocks likely down to their last out here. It will be Tom Mercer, one of those many Mercers on the team. That one's in there for a strike. Mercer came in hitting .529 on the year. That one's gonna miss. It's 1-1. He'll look to extend it here for the Banana Hammocks as they trail by 7, 2 down, bottom 6, 1-1 count. That one's inside, 2-1. Runner on first. Ben Elberg standing over there on first. Mercer, slow roller to third. Throw over to second for the out, will do it. So that will make it 14-7, and it looks like that will wrap this one. For the 50 or so, will win it 14-7. As you can see, 17 hits for them, 13 for the Banana Hammocks. A hard-fought game between the two sides, but 50 or so come out on top after great timely hitting and awesome defense. We'll be back for game number 2 on South Metro Sports and BCTV, so don't go anywhere.